On behalf of the SME Chamber of India and Tamil Nadu Business Forum, I welcome all of you for this August gathering. It's my immense pleasure to welcome the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, fellow speakers, bankers, and supporters for this today's event. Friends, SME Chamber of India is dedicated to empowering SMEs through a range of support services, including advocacy, financing, and business development programs. Our core objective is to enhance in areas like technology, export promotion, and sustainable growth through networking events, mentorship, and policy interventions. We work to ensure that the SMEs can thrive in the ever-evolving market landscapes. Friends, SMEs are a backbone of the Indian industry as well as the economy, contributing significantly to the GDP, exports, and employment. Their role in innovation, manufacturing, and value creation is vital in driving sustainable economic growth and fostering inclusive development across the region. Friends, in today's rapidly evolving world, technology stands as a bedrock of process. For SMEs, embracing technological advancements is no longer optional but a necessary. From automation and AI to the IoT and blockchain, technology is reshaping the manufacturing landscape. It enhances efficiency, reduces cost, and opens new avenues for the innovations. SMEs must leverage their technologies to stay competitive and meet the ever-changing demand of the global markets. Friends, manufacturing is also always been a backbone of the economic growth. It is in the sector that transforms raw material into the valuable products, creating jobs. Adopting advanced technology and techniques and processes. Lean manufacturing, adaptive manufacturing, and smart factories are revolutionizing the way we produce the goods. By embracing these innovations, SMEs can improve productivity, reduce waste, and enhance product quality. Friends, as you are aware, इंडस्ट्री चलाने के लिए आज जितना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, जितना इनोवेशन, जितना टेक्नोलॉजी इम्पॉर्टेंट है, उतना ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है आपको टाइमली एंड एडिक्वेट फाइनेंस. So, for this today's events, we have bankers, Indian Bank, Bank of India, Union Bank of India. They are here to support all the SME sector, those who are doing exemplary work, as well as जिनका प्रोजेक्ट, जिनका बैलेंस शीट, जिनके फाइनेंशियल्स कैपेबल है, उनके लिए मेरे ख्याल से फाइनेंस की कोई कमी नहीं है. राइट थिंग इज दिस कि आपको आपका जो प्रोजेक्ट है वो प्रोजेक्ट वायबल किस हिसाब से है वो दिखाना है. यू कैन टेक द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ द प्रोफेशनल्स लाइक CA, CS, अदर प्रोफेशनल्स, बट व्हाट आई फील इज जो मैन्युफैक्चरर होता है, जो एक्सपोर्टर होता है, उसको खुद की बैलेंस शीट खुद रीड करनी चाहिए. उसे खुद को मालूम होना चाहिए कि आज मेरे बैलेंस शीट में मैं कितना प्रॉफिट दिखा रहा हूँ, मैं बैलेंस शीट में कितना टर्नओवर दिखा रहा हूँ, मेरे बैलेंस शीट में कितने क्रेडिटर्स है, मेरे बैलेंस शीट में कितने डेटर्स है. ये जब तक आप खुद इवॉल्व नहीं करते, आप खुद ओके, आई एम सॉरी. So, you have to take care of your balance sheet on your own. You have to judge your balance sheet and then go ahead. Friends, like manufacturing, exports are the vital component of the economic growth. They open up new markets, increase revenues, and reduce dependence on the domestic markets. For SMEs, exporting can be a daunting task, but it is also a rewarding one. It requires the understanding the international markets, complying with the regulations, and building strong relationship with the overseas partners. Governments and trade organizations play a crucial role in supporting SMEs in their export endeavor by providing access to the information, resources, and financial assistance. By tapping the global market, SMEs can unlock the new opportunities and drive economic growth. Friends, as I said, access to finance is one of the biggest challenges faced by the SME. Without adequate funding, it is difficult to invest in the technology, expand operations, or enter in the new market. Financial institutions and investors must be recognize the potential of SMEs and provide them with the necessary support. This includes offering tailored financial products, reducing bureaucratic hurdles, and fostering a favorable business environment. Additionally, SMEs should explore government grants. By securing the right financial resources, SMEs can fuel their growth and achieve their businesses for the sustainable growth. It is about the achieving the economic success while also considering social and environmental impacts. For SMEs, this means adopting sustainable practices, reducing carbon footprints, and contributing to the well-being communities. In short, the theme of the technology, manufacturing, innovation, exports, finance, investment, and sustainable growth are the interconnected and mutually reinforcing. They represent the pillars of the vibrant SME sector and the thriving economy. As we move forward, let us embrace these themes with the support and empower the SMEs, enabling them to reach their full potential. By doing so, we can drive economic growth, create jobs, and build better future to all. Now, I would like to invite the today's speakers. We have Mr. M. Venkateshan. He is a Field General Manager, Indian Bank, and he is going to talk about the different financial options for SMEs. Please give a big round of applause to him. We have Mr. M. Bala Vigneshwaran. He is a DGM PV Projects ORB Energy. Mr. Mohan Marithi. He is a Zonal Manager, Bank of India, Chennai Zone. He is going to talk about the Bank of India's flagship products in trade finance and industry sector. So we have Mr. Soumyakant Padhi. He is MD and CEO, Indorian Financial Services. We have Mr. Swapnil Manish, Head Business Development, InstaPay Synergies. We have Mr. Ranjit Swaminathan, DGM Union Bank of India. He is talking about the contribution of the banking sector towards the SME growth. Mr. Srivatsan, Zonal General Manager, NSIC. He is going to talk about the support services provided by the NSIC for the boosting the manufacturers' exports. We have Mr. Jayavadivan Raja. He is going to talk about the government e-marketplace GEM portal. So friends, we have the top-notch speakers over here today. And without wasting time, I would like to invite Mr. Venkateshan. He is a FGM Indian Bank, to share his thoughts and how they are helping SME sectors as well as the manufacturers. Over to you, sir. And please give a big round of applause to him.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good afternoon to all. Mr. Mahesh Kumar, Director, SME Chamber of India. Mr. Bala Vigneshwaran, Deputy General Manager, PV Projects, ORB Energy. Mr. Mohan Marathe, Zonal Manager, Bank of India. Mr. Swapni Manish, Head Business Development, InstaPay Synergies. Mr. Ranjit Swaminathan, DGM Union Bank of India. Mr. Srivatsan, Zonal General Manager, NSIC. Mr. Jayavadivel Raja, Government e-Market Portal. All the entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you to represent Indian Bank and talk to you about the various challenges, in fact, faced by the MSME units in having access to the finance and how those challenges can be allayed by us and how Indian Bank is providing rather a pioneer in providing credit services to various MSME sector units. The statistics say that as per the MSME ministry, India has a 63.4 million MSME, of which nearly 50.7 million entrepreneurs, that is 80% of that, lack access to the traditional lending channel. More than 80% of the MSME is not receiving any formal financing, which has a credit gap of 16.66 lakh crores. Why? So there are certain challenges that is being faced by the MSME units. We need to understand that. And it's not just sufficient that you talk about the difficulties, we must also talk about what is the probable solutions here and how best we can implement those solutions so that the goal is achieved. So going in that sense, some of the challenges that is being faced by today's MSME in accessing capital or the finance is the limited credit history. That is one thing we always face. Many MSMEs, especially the informal ones, lack the credit history, making it difficult for the banks to assess their credit worthiness. This leads to higher perceived risks by the bankers. The next one is high collateral requirement. Traditional lending institutions often require significant collaterals, which the MSME may not have. This limits their access to the formal credit. The complex loan processing is another factor, where many banks require cumbersome documentation and compliance requirements, which pose difficulty to these small enterprises. The lack of financial literacy, that is, many MSME who do not have the financial knowledge to navigate the lending landscape very effectively. On account of that, they are not aware of various options available to them. So that's why we are going to speak today what are all the options available to them. And in fact, I will also in the latter part touch upon as to how our bank had addressed to this lack of financial literacy among the entrepreneurs. High interest rate and fees is another factor. Of course, the industry is always been confronted with the delayed payments, and there is a lack of credit to the from the formal channels. So how do we overcome all these things? Alternative credit model is one such method that banks can explore. Financial institutions can explore alternate ways to assess the credit worthiness, such as using transaction data, the digital payment records, or social media profiles to create accurate risk assessment. Government-backed loan guarantee scheme, that is credit guarantee schemes, takes care of the collateral requirement of many MSME borrowers. Then leveraging the fintech solutions, I will just talk little later, such as peer-to-peer lending platform, digital NBFCs can streamline the loan application process and quicker access to the capital. These platforms often use technology to assess the risk more effectively, reducing dependence on traditional collaterals. Supply chain finance is one such where the banks can expand the options like invoice discounting and factoring, where MSMEs can sell their receivables to the lenders, improving their liquidity without payment from clients. That they not have to wait for the payments from the clients. Financial literacy and other services which I have already spoke, the bank can provide or educate their customers as to how various requirements of the financial requirements of the bank can be met from the clients. Lowering interest rate through policy support, trade receivable discounting system, and development of specialized products can help the MSME sector to get their formal credit. So different ways when we talk about, some of them are already known to us. I would like to start with the traditional ways, the way what are all the credit available to the bankers. One is to create the capital assets. We have the formal term loans where we fix the repayment schedules are there, ideal for capital expenditure or expansion. We have working capital loans, short-term loans finance for day-to-day operations such as inventory, accounts receivable, and other short-term loans. The various government scheme is another access to the MSMEs, where the government has introduced schemes like Stand Up India, PMEGP. In all these sectors, now banks have to mandatorily lend it to our customers. Equity financing, we have got different ones. Angel investors, the high net worth individuals, invest in early stage SMEs in exchange for equity, offering both capital and mentorship. Venture capital, it is another way of finance to the SMEs. Typically, for high growth MSMEs, these firms invest in exchange for equity, often helping for business to scale up them rapidly. Private equity, where large SMEs may attract private equity investment, where fund invest in substantial capital for a longer significant ownership stake. Funds through public listing, SMEs can raise the required capital through equity markets. Crowdfunding, reward-based crowdfunding, SMEs can raise small amounts from large number of individuals, typically in exchange for a product or services pre-sales. Equity crowdfunding, investors fund SME in exchange for share or equity in the business. Debt crowdfunding, SMEs can raise loans from a group of investors who lend money in return for investment payments. Another conventional way of access to the credit is a trade finance, the invoice discounting, which we spoke about little earlier. SMEs can sell unpaid invoices to a lender at a discount to unlock funds of receivables. Factoring, a financing option where business sell their invoices to third party factor to get immediate cash, of course, for a fee less. Letter of credit used in international trade, a bank guarantees that buyer's payment will be received by the seller under agreed terms. Leasing and hire purchasing are another options available, where the SMEs can lease equipment, machinery or vehicles instead of purchasing them, allowing for a lower upfront cost. We have hire purchase similar to the leasing, but with the option to own the asset at the end of the lease period after completing all the payments. The alternate financing platforms also play a significant role in credit access to the SMEs. We have peer-to-peer lending online platforms that connect SMEs directly with individual lenders, easier access to loans without traditional banking intermediaries. Fintech lending, digital lending platforms provide fast and flexible loans, often use alternate data for credit scoring. Supply chain finance, where reverse factoring, suppliers can receive early payment from their invoices through third-party financier based on the buyer's credit worthiness. Trade receivable discounting system TREDS, the Government of India initiative that allows MSME to discount their trade receivable in an online platform. The grants and subsidies, SMEs may be eligible for grants from government bodies or non-governmental organization for specific purposes like innovation, research, etc. These funds do not require repayment, but of course come with some conditions. Merchant credit cards and business credit cards provide short-term financing for traders and SMEs through a revolving line of credit to their merchant account. SMEs can use business credit cards for operational expenses with flexibility of repaying over a period of time. MSMEs also significantly contribute towards the exports for the country. So banks also give export credit for international trade. Export credit agencies and bankers offer loans to cover the gap between shipment and payment from foreign buyers. We also have pre-shipment and post-shipment finance where loans are available to exporters before and after the goods are shipped. These are some of the ways by which the SMEs can have access to the formal credit. Having said that, how the Indian Bank had served this vital sector of the economy, which significantly contributed to the employment generation of the country and also to the GDP growth. We have been pioneer in bringing the customized product to meet specific needs of MSME. Extended credit assistance to 16.1 lakh MSME units amounting to 83,000 361 crores as per the latest data as on 30th June. The bank has registered a portfolio growth of 6% on YoY basis. Our standard MSME is growing at the rate of 11% as on 30/6/2024. Lending to micro enterprise constitutes 11.19% of our adjusted net banking credit as against the mandatory target of 7.5%. Asset quality under MSME is good in our bank. The NPA percentage under MSME portfolio is reduced from 13.58% to 9.68% on June. The bank is also providing loans to the flagship programs of Government of India, Mudra scheme. The bank had disbursed a loan to the tune of 1,603 crores during the first quarter of 2024-25. The bank had disbursed 7,745 crore against the target of 6,950 crores, which means we have achieved 111% of the target fixed by government. Under Stand Up India scheme, our bank has provided assistance to 11,440 SC/ST/ women enterprises against the target of 11,384 and therefore thus reached 100% of the target given by the government. PM Swanidhi scheme, where the street vendors get finance, the bank had extended to 6.02 lakh street vendors with a sanctioned limit of 790 crores, which has outstanding of 762 crores now. Today, everything is digital, that is the buzzword. The bank had embarked on a digital journey in MSME covering across various segments. The digital journeys for Sishu Mudra loans, MSME renewal loan up to 20 lakhs, overdraft against a deposit, GST advantage, that is a cash flow based lending. Some of these things which I was telling as the different ways how MSME can access. So we can correlate here that the bank is using this digital platform to assess the credit requirement, taking into account the cash flow based lending, then MSME jewel loan, then pre-approved business loan, and including for SHG, microfinance under MSME sector, Indian Bank has been providing. I was talking about the financial difficulties, literacy, what our entrepreneurs may have. They may not understand the nuances of the credit. So the bank has created a novel idea which has been appreciated across the forum. It was launched by Honorable Finance Minister 3 years back. The program is called MSME Prerana. This is a business mentoring program. What we do, we educate the customers free of cost. How do they access to the various financial requirements of the bank? How to prepare their own CMI data or a balance sheet or a stock statement or unit receipt or what is meant by a stock audit? How do they coordinate with different age people? How do they talk to the government officials? They also dependency apart from the financial sector and the banking sector everywhere. The bank is giving free of cost online and offline educational program to the MSME entrepreneurs. They need not have to be our customers of the bank. Anyone we are giving the training. So as on June 24, 61 batches of this MSME Prerana has been conducted and 1,921 entrepreneurs, out of which 869 are women. This has done in 12 states and 8 union territories. The course contents are also translated into the regional language so that they will be able to understand in a better terms their requirement with the bankers. Then the bank is also studying the market, coming out with new products to suit the requirement of the customers. Way forward, the bank is taking certain steps which include customized financial solution based on specific needs and requirement of MSMEs, equipment financing, healthcare sectors, professionals. For all these sectors, we are with specific products we have. We are planning to open 10 MSME specialized branches identified center which will have its own localized credit sanctioning power. The turnaround time is also one of the important factors in getting credit. So at the branch level, a committee approach has been formed, and then it will be headed by an AGM or a DGM, where only new to the bank customers are being targeted, and then quick disposal will take place at the branches only. So these branches are proposed to be stationed at the Bangalore, in Ambattur, we have one in nearby. This has already been opened. We are planning in Coimbatore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Lucknow, Pune, Ahmedabad, and Mumbai. These branches will exclusively cater. Already the MSME processing centers are there, but still they are in addition to that. 5 government-sponsored schemes processing centers that the bank has proposing to open, that will have an easy access to the government-sponsored scheme. Building in-house technology-based underwriting models to evaluate the credit needs of the MSME and also strengthening the existing underwriting process prevailing in the bank. Launch of cash flow lending product to NTB customers using account aggregator platform. We also plan to have user-friendly digital platform and mobile application for MSMEs, allowing them to conventional access of banking services, making transactions and manage easy access. Focus on supply chain finance, identification and onboarding of anchor companies, and financing MSME dealers and suppliers. We would leverage our corporate relationship for improving the supply chain finance. Special trust on funding clusters. We have targeted a business of 7,700 crores under this cluster finance. We also want to focus on formulating new clusters as per the UNIDO or CRISIL recommendations. The digital journey for popular MSME products in our bank are SME Secure, TradeWell, Commercial Vehicle, and MSME Lab. We would like to launch digital journeys in all these products very soon. Onboarding to GST Sahay platform, promoting startup financing in collaboration with reputed institutions and incubation cell. For the benefit of the entrepreneurs available, we have one startup cell at our Indian Bank T Nagar branch, which is exclusively headed by an assistant general manager, where we finance only to startups. So I request the entrepreneurs to come to us. We shall readily be helping them in financing to these startups. We have an exclusive startup cell at our T Nagar branch. Building partnership with local bodies, industry associations, and leveraging synergies for credit growth for MSMEs. So we have spoken about what are all the difficulties that's being faced in the sector, what are all the ways and how best the bank can help this sector so that there shall be a mutually rewarding relationship between the entrepreneurs and the bankers. It is therefore my appeal to all of you is to kindly make use of our services. We have made lot of things. You are aware that a product, process and people that makes the cycle complete. I have spoken about the various products. With regard to the people, we are recruiting trained manpower in MSME area. We have simplified the process. Exclusive processing centers have been established at different places to reduce the turnaround time for the customers. I would request all of you to kindly make use of the services of Indian Bank so that your business can grow and then we can enter into a long-lasting relationship. Having said this, I request you to kindly bear with me to play a small video that would showcase our products and services so that it can easily reach you. So, request you to kindly play the video, please. It is a short video. So, with this, I thank each and every one of you who have come here, and I also thank the organizers for giving us an opportunity to showcase our bank's products. Thank you very much. Anaivarukkum vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your brief presentation about the product and services of the bank. Now, I would like to invite Mr. M. Bala Vigneshwaran, Deputy GM PV Projects ORB Energy, and he is going to talk about the powering Indian entrepreneurs with rooftop solar. Over to you, sir. Please give a big round of applause to Mr. Bala.
Yeah, very good afternoon to one and all present here. Okay, yeah. So, very good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of ORB Energy, I welcome you all for this session, Powering Indian Enterprises with Rooftop Solar. So, we represent from the company called ORB Energy. We have been in the industry since 2006, and we are a OEM. We directly manufacture from the factory at Yeshwanthpur, and we have done almost 300 megawatt of installations across India. We operate almost 10 states, and we have been ranked almost third in rooftop segment. So the main requirement here is why we have to go for a rooftop system. See, the recent change in policy, which has been implemented in Tamil Nadu with regards to deviation settlement mechanism, stresses that rooftop system will be the more better option compared to your open access. Initially, we have been having time slots of C1, C2, and C4, which has been right now going to get changed to 15-minute time blocks. And it will be like 15 minutes in each time block will be having a point of generation will be equal to point of consumption. And further, it is making a challenge with respect to capacity estimation for industries which is running with continuous daytime load. Also, it increase in open access charges and increase in per unit charges, that is 6% year on year, has made rooftop segment to be one of the ideal choice compared to your open access system. With regards to Orb Energy, we operate in 3 different segments: ground mount system, rooftop solar, and commercial water heating systems. We have done almost 12,000 systems across India in both commercial and industrial segments. So this is our state-of-art center at Yeshwanthpur, Bangalore. Just a video which will showcase our manufacturing facility. Having seen the manufacturing facility, this is one of our product with respect to the solar panels. So our products come with the highest efficiency of 21.3%, and it has been certified with all government bodies, especially IEC and BIS certificates. Also, it is more efficient in low light performance and extremely reliable product. It comes with a 10 years of manufacturing warranty and 25 years of performance warranty. So what is unique about ORB Energy? When I say rooftop system, every 10th person gives you a rooftop, is a rooftop vendor who comes and approaches you with regards to rooftop system. But with respect to Orb Energy, we come with a very unique solution, a OEM player with collateral-free loan. So we have an in-house credit finance model which helps our customers in investing almost 25% of down payment, and balance has been financed from Orb Energy with the easy EMI option of 4 years. So our systems do come with a collateral-free interest rate, unlike other banks which will be charging a 25%, 30% collateral apart from the down payment, whereas our interest rates are slightly higher, but there is no collateral involved over there. And our intention of giving the system is whatever you pay to the EB, you can just pay to us, and you can complete your loan tenure of 3 years or 4 years of time period. And for all the systems which has been installed, government gives you an accelerated depreciation benefit. As per Income Tax Act 81G, you have been eligible to avail a depreciation benefit. And with that, you'll be able to cover a payback with 3 years of time period. So with respect to Orb Energy, what is so special about us? Right from concept to commissioning, we do have an in-house team And also after the installation, we have a separate dedicated customer care team, which comes to your place within a short span of time of 48 hours once the complaint has been launched. So right from design to after sales, we have an end-to-end complete in-house team, whereas we do not outsource like other vendors. So that is one of the reasons why Orb Energy has been in the top for the last 5 years. And last year we have been ranked among second out of almost, I think, 5,000, 6,000 vendors across India. So with respect to solar, what is the need to go for solar system? The typical aim of any businessman is to reduce your bottom line. So one of the ways how to reduce your bottom line is access to cheaper raw materials, because everyone is dependent on a common raw material factors. Then access to manpower, that too will depend upon the market scenario. And third thing which is in your hand is the electricity. See, when you have an access to a very low cost electricity, then it helps you to save more on your bottom line. And by going for a rooftop system, your savings will be typically 4 units, 4 rupees per unit will be your savings. On an average, if you see in Tamil Nadu, the current per unit cost goes roughly around 7 to 7.10 paisa per unit. Whereas by going for a solar system, after availing a 3 years or 4 years of payback period, the remaining completely comes for a free of cost, thereby making the per unit cost will roughly around 3 rupees per unit, and your commercial payback will be around 3 years. So ideally, if anyone has not experienced by going for a rooftop system, I think this will be an ideal time where you can look into it, because Tamil Nadu government has already levied a 6% increase per annum on your unit tariff. Okay. About Orb Energy, so we are a direct OEM. We manufacture our own solar panel. We also have an in-house credit finance, and we have an end-to-end design, installation, and service team. Our systems come with a 25 years of power warranty. We also have an app, both in Android as well as iOS, where you can track the savings of your solar plant. Then 3 free after-sales visit is also coming along with your system. So our technicians do visit your place once in every 4 months to check the health of your system and gives a separate report for that. Apart from that, we also have AMC and cleaning services, which has been dedicatedly given to you, where you can look into it and take it forward. So across India, we have installed almost 12,000 systems across India. There's a small video with regards to how a solar rooftop system works for you. Yeah.
Electricity. Electricity is vital.
We'll have an interaction. I'll just finish the session. We'll have an interactive session. Yeah, that was a very interesting video. So before I proceed, I just want to understand how many number of delegates representing manufacturing facility has come. Can you please raise your hands? Just 1, 2. Out of these delegates, how many are from HT industry? A sanction load of 150 kVA. Okay, fantastic. So with regards to this manufacturing facilities, we have got a unique solution here. You can please register yourself. We can do a free site survey for you and give techno-commercial proposals on your savings. Yeah, just I'll proceed further. So all our installations come with a free app, which works on both iOS and Android platforms. In this, every day you can monitor your generation as well as your savings for the installed units, rooftop systems you have installed. This is one of our testimony from our customer who has installed a 300 kilowatt system in his factory. So he has taken a payback in 2 years and 11 months of time period. And his investment was roughly around 4.21 CR. His savings was 4.12 CR, whereas his investment cost was 1.23 CR. And he was expecting an average output per month was 36,000 units, which made him to save roughly around 7.21 lakhs per month. This is one of a very important slide which we like to showcase in this platform. See, every solar system, the moment you say a rooftop system, every vendor do come with you saying that we are more efficient enough to give you a rooftop solution. But typically for the investment what you're going to make, you also need to understand what is the quality of bill of material that is going to be presented to you. See, as to make it very simple, when we purchase a car, four-wheeler, so typically what are the systems we do look into it? We look into it like what is the clutch, who is the manufacturer for the clutch, who is the manufacturer for a brake, then manufacturer for audio system, then who is the manufacturer for tires, engine, everything. We do look into every part typically before we make an investment for an automobile. Similarly, with regards to solar also, we also like to present this before you, that how we showcase, the bill of material. Each and every bill of material has been splitted into individual components, and we compare ourselves with the nearest competitor and the local competitors. So when we say the system comes for a 25 years of time period, then we also need to ensure that quality materials are going into the system. So thereby, when you see a solar module, we do give a solar module with an highest efficiency of 21.3%, whereas the nearest competitor will be offering at 20.9, and your local competitor may give around 20 to 20.5. Next is your cost towards inverter. We do consider only top three tier 1 manufacturers, and whereas based on your price, based on your negotiation, other people do consider low quality inverters. And similarly, you can also read through this: MMS, DC cables, earthing and lightning arresters, MC4 connectors, cable tray, pathway, brackets, plumbing. Everything do come with a very quality trial and tested products, which we like to offer it to our customers based on our presence in the last 18 years. We have understood which works for a longer duration, which can really work out for a 25 years of system, and it has been picked up and curated accordingly, and we have been designed the system and we are given to you. Alongside, we'll also like to showcase our investors. We do have an investment from Shell Oil and Gas, who is our primary investor. 20% stake has been held by Shell. Apart from Shell, we also have other global investors like FMO, Bamboo Capital, Raina Capital, and Pamigia. So, going into ground mount systems, so Orb Energy has done a dedicated 35 megawatt ground mount system, especially for Karnataka industrial segment in Arsigare in Asan district of Karnataka. This is helping almost 8 major dyeing and casting industry players to set off their requirement and achieve their renewable energy target. Almost 4 to 5 megawatt each capacity has been given to the casting and foundry industries, and they're saving roughly around 85 to 90% of the requirement from solar. So how Orb Energy brings you a unique solution here. So with respect to ground mount system, we do offer a turnkey system for you, right from land procurement and construction of part, then handling all the licensing activities with the government, then making your AC side, that is you are connecting your solar system to your substation. We also handle the AC part, transmission part typically. Then we also complete the DISCOM wheeling process, that is we submit the power purchase agreement between the consumer and the DISCOM, and finally we also help them in showing how the energy is set off for them. So with respect to ground mount, what is the need to go for a ground mount system? For industries which has typically, let's say, a capacity of 1 megawatt as a sanction load, 1000 kV as a sanction load, whereas the roof space is roughly around 10,000 square feet, or let's say which can accommodate only 100 kilowatt. So what is the other alternative solution for them to save or to go into renewable solution is going for a ground mount system. So limited roof space, leased property, there is no proper roof structure, considering only there is asbestos sheets are there, then there is any future expansion, hindrance in future expansion, then typically ground mount system will be an ideal system for you to take it forward. So few of our testimonials. Yeah. So this is one of our highest rooftop installation capacity of 3.8 megawatt we have done in clean for a company called Clean Pack. Roughly, I'm just taking you through different installations in different segments. When I say segments, we have almost handled more than 15 segments, say automobiles, manufacturing facilities, food and beverages, industries. So I'm just showcasing one of our installations across pan-India. So this is for a fiber industry, which we have done, 2.5 megawatt of installation. This is Chettinad Health City, is one of our primary customers in Chennai. We have done almost 2.4 megawatt of installation. This is in Kelambakam. Then we are done for Advait Textile. If you are into Coimbatore, then you may be knowing this gentleman, Mr. Ravi Sam. He was the president for Saima. So for his factory, we have done a 1.4 megawatt of installations, Advait Textiles. Then for an engineering, we have done a 1 megawatt of system for Vijay Lakshmi Engineering. Then Ramohan Textile, we have done a 800 kilowatts of rooftop system in Rajapalayam. Then again in the textile industry, we have done in Velur, Steel Lakshmi Saraswati Textile. Then packaging industry, we have done a system, 400 kilowatt system for Panoply packaging, again in Chennai. Then into milk industry, we have done a system of 350 kilowatt system in Sri Sai Lakshmi Milk Products, agri-based industry. Then we are done for a knitwear system, 250 kilowatt. Then we are done for a manufacturing facility again. Then we are done for a steel and spring industry. So the list continues, actually. So this is one of our landmark installation for Puttaparthi Sai Central Trust in Puttaparthi, Prashanti Nilayam, 4 megawatt of installations. So what we typically do is, we don't generally speak in terms of sales that this will be your savings and we do sell the system. That is not the intention of ORB Energy. So typically what we do is, we come to you after 6 months of installation and we come with an impact assessment and we tell you what was your expenditure before solar and what was your expenditure after solar. So we come up with a unique solution called impact assessment report, where we do come and we address telling what is your savings. So for this consumer, you can typically see this is an installation done in the year 2000. A bill from 12 lakhs has come down to 7 lakhs, which is very visible, where you can see after 6 months of time period. So one of our testimonial videos. So we would also like to inform you that more than we speak, we like our customer to speak for you. Please do that.
Clean Packs. We are the country's largest producers of woven fabric. We have 6 world-class processing facilities. Each of our unit is one of the country's largest. We are a zero waste producing factory. The entire processed waste, whatever we produce, is recycled and converted into a product, and so we don't produce any waste. As a part of green initiative, we thought of going for rooftop solar, which is good for environment as well as saves a lot of money for the company. Across all our manufacturing facilities, we have put a solar rooftop of about totally 7.6 megawatt and save approximately 30% on the power bill. But regarding Orb Energy, initially we given them 1 megawatt project, timely installed and delivered, and we were happy with it. So afterwards we given them all the units 7.6 megawatt. They have successfully completed, and service wise we are happy. And even today, whatever smallest problem they take care. The life of the solar panels are 25 years. Within 5 years we'll get back what we invested. So next 20 years is a free power and green power.
So that's all we have it for you for today. So once again, I thank the organizers for giving us an opportunity to present before you. I found one of the gentlemen having a query. Can you just pass on the mic?
We
You
will take
wanted to-
only
you
one
wanted to
question,
under-
please.
Okay. So the cost matrix typically depends upon the size of the project. So let's say if it's a 100 kilowatt system, then there will be an investment of roughly around 35 lakhs, which includes your licensing as well.
But is it compulsory for all new buildings now?
Uh,
Top installations?
Sir, I think they made it a mandate for residential. As on date, they're not made any mandate for commercial and industrial segment. But in case if you have a global customer, then they make it as an RPO obligation, renewable purchase obligation, where they insist the vendors to go for a 20% or 30% of green energy.
Marathi.
We do have two verticals, so I'm heading for C&I segment in Tamil Nadu. We also have a RLC team, residential light commercial. We do have a separate team. And with respect to bank, we have got a tie-up with both SBI as well as SIDBI. We are open for Bank of India and as well as your banks or Indian Bank as well. I just shared my card with them. We can work on it.
So to understand, only during daytime we will be able to use this. Is it in nighttime power consumption we have to depend only on the state electricity?
Yes, sir. Typically, yes. Can you just play the first line? Sir, thanks for your question. See, actually, the need for rooftop system is initially the open access system was allowing you to wield your power during your night hour also. With the new, this is the slide which I wanted to especially showcase. See, there is a recent change in policy by state government of Tamil Nadu, where they have introduced a policy called deviation settlement mechanism. Okay, so initially your block, if you see the time block in your electricity bill, C1, C2, C4, C5 was there. Now they typically change it to 15-minute time block. Okay, so what they say is point of generation at your solar park end will be equal to your point of consumption at your factory. So in case of open access, it is limited only to your daytime. So instead of going for an open access, what we say, you go for a rooftop system. Because open access, you have to pay and charges of roughly around 1 rupee 80 paisa, whereas your networking charges and rooftop is only 1 rupee. So initial savings at point of injection, a better option will be a rooftop system, considering the recent policy change.
So that rooftop will take care of the nighttime electricity consumption.
No, it will not
also.
take care of night time. At least your daytime can be completed 90%. Whereas when you go for an open access system, that is a solar park model, what will happen is the entire quantum was being offset at the monthly end of the bill. Now what they have bought is 15 minutes time block. So in case, let's say 100 units is generated, but you are consuming only 65 units in daytime, in an open access, balance 35 units goes wasted, or it can be adjusted only in the next point of time. Whereas when you go for a rooftop system, the inverters, what we give is a smart grid inverters. It sends what is the load in your factory, and it sends what is the generation in your solar, and first it sends the solar units inside, balance it depends on the grid. So the smart way for going for a system is a rooftop system, which helps you to save more energy on it.
So only one question, just to understand this. So if I have a rooftop and then in my house and then I consume during whatever the electricity daytime from solar, so can I store that in the form of an inverter or something so that during my nighttime requirement, like when the current goes, we use inverter to take care. Now like this, can I save the power during the daytime and put it in the inverter and use in the nighttime?
So there are two different types of system, on-grid and off-grid. Off-grid system come with a battery backup solution. Okay, so typically what happens here is, in an off-grid solution, like what you wanted to use it in your night hour, the system actually first in a daytime, whatever is the generation is there, let's say 10 units is generated, your house is consuming 5 units. Balance 5 units it saves in the battery. So the saved unit in the battery can be utilized in your night hour. So when you go for an off-grid system, you have a benefit of both daytime as well as nighttime saving, but investment is typically more. Actually, it is almost, let's say a 5 kilowatt system will cost you around 3 lakhs on-grid system. Maybe your off-grid system should be around 7 to 7.5 lakhs. Any more questions I'd like to answer? If not, I'm closing this session. So typically Government of India has given subsidy only for residential scheme, that is 3 kilowatt to 5 kilowatt, whereas on the commercial and industrial segment there is no subsidy. We call it as accelerated depreciation benefit. 40% on your investment can be saved in it, and Income Tax Act 81G makes you to avail the system.
Any other?
Any other questions?
This is a last question, please, because we are getting late.
See, in case of off-grid system, there will be off-grid. There are two systems are there. On-grid is your direct consumption, that is, it is connected to a grid. Off-grid system is something which comes with a battery backup storage. So when you go for an off-grid system, the inverters are called hybrid inverters. What it typically does is, apart from helping you to consume the energy, the balance excess unit, it feeds into the battery and it stores. And we say as DOD. Okay, so that is like 1 day DOD, 2 day DODs, which it can save the amount of energy. That energy can be utilized even in your night hours when there is no solar. That is called off-grid system. Typically, it is not advisable to go for an off-grid system in the current scenario because battery market is getting matured right now only. So from lithium ion, it is going to sodium. It will take 3 more years, 4 more years to settle down. Then the cost will be more accessible to everyone. Right now, it is on a higher side actually.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to invite Mr. Mohan Marethi, General Manager, Bank of India, Chennai Zone, and his topic is Role of BOI Flagship Products in Trade Finance and SME Industry. I request all the speakers please adhere to their time.
So, respected dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it is immense presence for Bank of India to present some of the products particularly for MSMEs. So I take privilege to introduce some of the MSME products offered by Bank of India. Of course, the previous speaker already informed what is how economy grows and how MSME plays a major role in Indian economy and what is the size of MSME in country's GDP and everything. So we thought of presenting our products for the MSME. First of all know that MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises. An entrepreneur will be defined as micro, small and medium depending upon their investment in plant and machinery as well as their annual sales turnover. So where the investment plant and machinery, the MSMEs, if suppose investment plant and machinery 1 crore and turnover is 5 crores, they are called as micro. And small enterprises where the investment in plant and machinery 10 crores and turnover is 50 crores. And medium enterprises where the investment plant and machinery is 50 crores and annual sales turnover is 250 crores. So this is the basic definitions. When you are falling in this, you will be treated as MSME. So for MSME, you need an Udyam Aadhar certificate. Before I start with our bank's product, I want to tell how Mr. Maheshji in his inaugural speech, he started that how to make, he requested all the entrepreneurs to please go through your balance sheet. So some of the important financial discipline, we as a banker, we request the entrepreneurs to have some financial discipline. Because nowadays, you know how individual CIBIL ranking is there, like that for corporates and units, there will be MSME ranking. So all your capacity of interest rate bargaining capacity depends all on the ranking. So whenever we go for anything, so normally individual CIBILs will be taken like that. When entrepreneurs will come for any loan, definitely banks are pulling down the MSME ranking. So there are 10 notches are there, 1 to 10. So 1 to 5 is the best, and 6, if ranking is come to 6 to 10, it will not be, is not good. And where the MSME rank is 8, 9, 10, we say it is a no-go accounts. So you have to be in 1 to 5 to get better facilities, to get better rate of interest. So some of the tips which we want to share to be best ranking, that there should not be any overdue in repayment. kindly keep one or two installment advance payment so that your MSME rank can improve, and whatever the fund limit you have availed, please keep it within 80 to 90% of the sanction limit, your utilization. Don't put for 100% utilization. We know that the sanction limit has been given as per your assessment, your requirement, but still try to be within the 90% of your sanction limit so you can improve your score. So these are the important parameters. And when comes to submission of documents, please be specific. You can instruct your accounts team to be specific in submitting the all documents required for the banker. You know that all the banks, the facilities will be reviewed once in a year. So on the annual review, before the review due date, please ensure to submit the review document so that there won't be any penal interest charges. And when the bank requires, if you have availed any cash credit limit or working capital limit, kindly ensure to submit the stock statement in a regular basis. And the QoS quarterly statement, the required documents, and please be specific to your insurance policies. When you have charged some hypothecation, so please make sure that insurance is live. And when you get the insurance policy, please check that the details of the properties, your registered office or unit is properly mentioned, so that in the future there may not be an issue when there is a case of claim. Many cases, what is happening, banks debit the policies and gives as per the database available with us, but maybe you may be changed your unit, you may not be informing the bank, but when there is a issue, then there will be a difficulty in claim settlement. So these are the important things which you have to see. And when it comes to valuation of properties, whenever you are given any property, please ensure that valuation of the properties will be done in time. So these are the things where you can make the financial discipline so that you can have a better control of your accounts and you can get the better rate from banks. Yeah, so some of the important products for the MSMEs are yeah. And just before that, I want to introduce Bank of India started recently. We have 7th September. We have completed 119 years, and it is established in 1906. Government of India undertaking, first Indian bank to open its foreign branch in London, 1946. Right now, we are having 5,120 domestic branches, 56 foreign outlets, and 15 NRI centers, 7 specified NRI branches at important cities, 213 AD branches, and centralized forex operation and NRA desk. So some of the important flagship products for the MSME units, the first product is MSME welcome offer. So after the meeting, you can just check your sanction letter. You may be availed finance from other banks. So just go through your sanction letter. If your sanction letter rate of interest is more than what we will be presenting, then definitely give us an opportunity so that we are there to take over the limits. So this is a scheme to welcome to the new customers, and it is for new to bank customers. Here the loan amount is 25 lakhs to 50 crores we can offer, and the service charge 50% concession is there. But here only one thing is that to made available this scheme to eligible, your CIBIL ranking should be 1 to 5. If 1 to 5, then the account will be eligible under MSME welcome offer, and the rate of interest is starting from 9.35. And depending upon the collateral and depending on collateral, there will be a special concession available to the MSMEs. And here the minimum collateral starts with 40%. So this is the good point in this MSME scheme. And the next come to asset-backed scheme. This is for mainly for business organizations. When you take cash credit limit, so you have to submit insurance. You have to submit insurance, and so if you insurance and stock statement, you have to continuously provide. If you don't want to if you don't want to make insurance and you don't want to submit the stock statement, suppose you are having a OD limit, clean OD limit. For that, this asset-backed scheme is there. So its minimum starts with 10 lakhs and maximum 20 crore can be availed. So repayment tenure is the longest tenure 15 years. And the rate of interest starting from 9.85. This is also for MSME enterprises. It's the best rate, 9.85. Here, it depends wholly on the assets, the property you are given. When there is a residential property, 75% of the residual value can be taken, and when it is a other than a residential property like commercial property, 65% of the residual value can be considered. So Mr. Mahesh already told that how technology impacting our life. So this is also getting little slow. Yeah, and one of the best product for MSMEs now from Bank of India is Star Vehicle Express Loan. So you are having your units and you may be required vehicles for delivery of a stock for your business. Then it is a good scheme for captive use or commercial use 2 crores, and for fleet owners 5 crores. The margin is 10% on the road price, and for body modification built up 25% of the total body modification cost. Here rate of interest starting from 9.35 and repayment tenure is 5 years. So this is, you can think of it where you are having, you need a vehicle for delivery of anything, then a passenger vehicle that can be considered under this scheme. Yeah, we are having a Star Energy Saver scheme for MSMEs to meet a need-based finance support to MSME units to modernize, upgrade, adopt energy-saving machinery. Here, the maximum loan amount can be considered up to 30 crores. The tenure depends upon the amount of finance, up to 1 crore 48 months, and where the loan amount is 1 crore and above, it is 120 months. So moratorium period can be given up to 6 months. Here, the minimum margin is 15% of the cost of machinery and equipment to be purchased. So rate of interest here also again starting from 9.35. So before that you had the ORB, they presented, of course there also funding is a good thing. But when come to rate of interest, it is good. And here the minimum collateral is 0.3%. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Then export credit. So you might be heard that yesterday's newspaper that India is our trade, there is increase in trade deficit because we are more depending on imports rather export. So to boost the exports, government is supporting the exporters in various forms. So out of that, we Bank of India also there to support the exporters with less rate of interest and with good schemes. So there is a scheme for exporters. The minimum ticket size 50 lakhs and maximum 50 crore we can finance under this scheme. So when come to exporter packing credit in INR, based on the account rating, concession rate of interest can be given up to 1.75. And packing credit for USD and Euro foreign currency, again it can be, interest concession can be given up to 2%. Bill financing in INR, based on the accounting rating, concession for rate of interest can be given up to 1%. And for bill financing, again the concession rate is there for 2%. So wherever the entrepreneur availed pre-shipment, we advise kindly avail the post-shipment credit also, so that ECGC guarantee can be taken care, and the post-shipment fund can be liquidated from the pre-shipment, so there will not be a question of bills overdue. Whenever there is a bill, whenever you exported the goods and not received the payment in time, by using EPC, there will be chances of overdue if the payment is not received from your supplier. So to avoid that overdue position, please avail export credit also. So for the Star export credit, rate of interest for post-shipment credit, this is specially for under Boy Star credit, the margin for bills for EPC and the margin is 10%. For bill discount in negotiating purchase, margin is 10% again. Additional non-fund based limits will be provided for 25% of the limit to facilitate urgent credit needs for executing sudden orders. Interest subvention will be provided upfront on the time of disbursement till September 24 as per the RBI guidelines. Now, the exporters are getting interest of 3%. We from Bank of India will credit the interest subvention upfront only. It's not that we debit your account and after getting the claim from RBI we'll credit. On the day of your EPC disbursement, interest subvention will be given back. Yeah, so these are the important MSME products. We have many products, and also CGTMSE for the new entrepreneurs are there. Up to 5 crores can be sanctioned without any collateral. And for new stand-ups, Stand-up India schemes are there. That is applicable for SC, ST and women beneficiaries up to about 10 lakhs to up to 1 crore. So these are the government flagship products are there, and Bank of India is pioneer in financing under these schemes. Since we have got the opportunity and many of the entrepreneurs are there, we want to say that Bank of India retail products, you may be having your housing loans, vehicle loans, so you can think of it. So we are pioneer in housing loan products. Our rate starts at 8.4%. And the margin is 10% of the sale agreement. Minimum 10% margin you can avail a housing loan from us, and the repayment period up to 30 years we can give. And when come to vehicle loan, starting rate of interest 8.85 with margin of 10% on road price and 100% finance for selected models. Here the repayment again 7 years. And we have a good scheme, Star Express personal loan. So your staff are there. So they might have been taken personal loan from financial institute, from different financial institutions with a high cost. So Bank of India has come up with personal loan scheme for those employees if they are having a salary account with us, or if they have if they are working in any organized government organization, private organization. It's not mandatory that they should shift their salary account to us. Up to 30 lakhs we can provide under Star Express personal loan. Here the rate of interest is 10.85, 24 times of average salary. What are the salary they are getting? 24 times, and repayment up to 7 years. So you can tell your employees wherever they want, they can avail this personal loan. They may be taken at high rate, so this is a good scheme for them. And when come to deposit, so now you know that deposit bank, all banks are required deposits, and whenever you are having surplus, so please do deposit in banks instead of keeping in your current account and all. So there are, from Bank of India, we are giving 333 days fixed deposit scheme. For others, it is 7.25, and for senior citizens, 7.75, and for super senior citizens, 7.90. And we have very good scheme for agri products also. That food and agro, up to 100 crores can be covered under food and agro. Here margin is 10% under PMFME and AIF. Repayment 7 to 10 years. Rate of interest starts from 9%. Yeah. So even though it is not a right platform to say that financial inclusive product, but since all of you, all the entrepreneurs are there, you may be having many unorganized people like laborers, where they not have any insurance schemes. So these are the insurance schemes by Government of India. So please insist your staff member, at least the laborers, unorganized people who don't have any insurance facility. So it is of course Government of India facility, all banks are providing. So please ensure that your staff members are avail this. There is Atal Pension Yojana scheme. It is for 18 years to 40 years. The premium starts from 84 rupees to 1,054 rupees. After after 60 years, they will start earning pension, regular pension scheme. And PM SBY scheme, it is for 18 to 70 years. The minimum premium is 20 rupees per annum. So, and coverage is for 2 lakhs on accident. So just think of it, 20 rupees, the cover can be 2 lakhs. It is a good thing when you have some laborers, you can insist them. Definitely, all the salary will be transferred through their accounts. They can they can open account and they can avail this. 20 rupees, even if not a cost of a single tea, and it will definitely help them. Like that PMJJBY, it starts with 18 years and 50 years, and here the rate of the INR 436 rupees per annum. So here again they will be getting 2 lakh rupees coverage. So these are the schemes provided by Bank of India for MSMEs. Of course, we do have corporates and all sectors of entrepreneurs. We do, and because this is the platform for MSME, so we have come up with more MSME products. Yeah, and one more thing we want to announce that Bank of India is having BSA concept, Business Sourcing Associates. Business Sourcing Associates. If any one of you are interested, can join in Bank of India as a BSA, Business Sourcing Associates, applicable for individuals as well as for entities. So it is a very good scheme for individual entities, but minimum you have to give file for 10 lakhs. And the commission is very good, attractive. Maximum commission on one file, the BSA can earn 10 lakh rupees. So maximum commission is 10 lakhs. Suppose you have given a lead of 40 crores, then the commission will be 10 lakhs. So just think of it. If you have any consultancy, if you have any of your CA firms, if you have your customers, they require funds, if you give a lead of at least 40 crores, the maximum benefit you can get at 10 lakhs. So just think of it. And last but not least, just check your balance, your sanction letter from existing banker. If the rate of interest charged by the banks is more than this 9.35, please do give us an opportunity so that we can fund for you. We can take over the accounts. Thank you. And last but not least, thanks for the management for organizing this and giving the Bank of India as an opportunity to showcase our products. Thank you.
Okay. I'll just take 1 more minute. Before that, can I just take 1 more minute to explain the benefits of an exporter? So may I know how many people over here are doing exports? Can you please raise your hand? Okay, so I just want to say a few things and how we are different from the other bank. See, being in Bank of India, we have little more extra schemes to tell you, so which may help you in future also. So roughly over here, most of you all will be in manufacturing field and you will be getting a subvention of 3%, right? So your rate of interest will be likely between 9.35 to 9, isn't it? Most of you all over here will be getting EPC facility at that rate of interest. But Bank of India, if your financials are very good, depend upon the terms and conditions, we are ready to give you a discount of 1.75. So there are customers who are getting 9.35. We are ready to give you a discount of 1.75. So where we are charging you only at 7.6 and we are giving you 3% interest subvention upfront. So for EPC facility, we are charging you 4.6. You all know PCFC facility, because PCFC da munadi you will take, because it's in foreign currency, rate of interest will be very less. Even PCFC is much higher compared to our EPC facility in INR. So this is a biggest product of Bank of India which they have launched for the exporters exclusively. Or if you come to us and say, I want to take PCFC facility because I have to do some import of raw material, something like that. For other customers, we charge the so far plus 2.5. But under this particular scheme, we charge only 0.5. So here also 2% upfront interest we are giving. So it is better to have, there's a saying, it's better to have a duck in the hand than two in the bush, the same thing. So we do not charge you, go to government, claim the subvention and then refund it to you. Rather, we charge you very much less. So as far as EPC is concerned, if your financials are very good, we are charging you only 4.6. And coming to the other side, coming to the bill financing, generally we charge 9.3 without subvention, and with subvention we charge 6.35. But under this particular scheme, even in the post shipment, we are ready to give you a finance for 5.35. So 5.35, getting a finance in post shipment is very, very it is a very big thing, because generally we charge you at a higher rate of higher rate of interest. And over here, ECGC premium you'll be paying, right? So whoever is doing export are doing ECGC premium. In our bank, for post shipment, ECGC premium we bear. Our bank will only pay, and we do not charge from you. So this is another big advantage of having a credit export facility in Bank of India. And one thing I would like to say before concluding, we have a very strong foreign banks in the world. So for any USD transaction, we have our Bank of India New York. For any Euro transaction, we have Bank of India Paris. You name any currency, we have our correspondent there. They're just one phone call away. So many times whenever payments get stuck, if it is through our correspondent, our people are only there. So it is easier for us to call and ask what is the issue and get it resolved compared to any other bank. So as a bank, in these features, we are little more highlighted compared to any other bank. So if you are thinking for any export credit, not just export, even if you have any import related requirements, you can just contact us, because we have an exclusive team who are looking after foreign exchange, who can tell you the benefits on how to go about the product. If in case you may not have an export requirement, you may have an import requirement, if you come to us, we are there to give you guidance. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much And thank you, sir, for giving the good insights about your trade products. There are 2-3 bankers over here. I just wanted to bring their notice that you are funding to the housing loan, you are funding to the vehicle loan, you are funding to the other loans up to 90%, 85, 90%, 95%. We have taken one initiative with the banks. Last week only we have met Rajagopal sir, Karnadak sir, as well as the Union Bank MD, Madam, Manimekala Madam. So those manufacturers or those exporters who have established their business and they wanted to expand, if they wanted to purchase industrial premises, industrial garlas, industrial land or something, so according to the norms, you can fund them up to 90%. This is what we have made a request to the bank, and we are getting a good positive response from the bank as per the customer or as per the financial data of the customer, if it is going to fit into your criteria. So banks initially has agreed to fund up to 90%. So just for your notices also, and you can think about to same can be implemented over here. So thank you very much, and from the SME fraternity, I'll request you also to consider these kind of proposals. Now I would like to. Anybody has a question, or we can go ahead? Okay. Now we would like to invite Mr. Soumyakanta Pati, MD and CEO, Indorient Financial Services, and he is going to talk about the raising from the capital market, SME IPO. Over to you, sir, and give a big round of applause to him.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the SMA Chamber officials, and we have been associated with you for quite some time, and we have been getting invited to their gatherings of the entrepreneurs across India, speaking on this specific topic. And most of you who are reading any of the business papers would come to know there is a huge interest in the SME IPO segment. A lot of companies are going to the public market to raise money. Now the bankers have spoken about the borrowing part of it. What I am going to talk about is how do you get money for your own equity, which you have not realized carries a significant amount of value. So wherever you reach a limit with the bankers and you have no way out, your equity is going to help you out to bring the money to the table and grow the business. Who are we? We are category 1 merchant bankers, SEBI registered. Now to do an IPO, you need to take help of a merchant banker, which is SEBI registered. And I operate from Bombay. We have registered office in Delhi. We have partners in Chennai. We have partners in Bangalore. And they'll be happy to help you in going through this process. In the interest of time, I will not waste too much of time into the introduction. I would request the chamber officials to circulate this among you. You can get a copy of this. And we'll go straight to the processes and the demands and the expectations of the market from an entrepreneur. Now, why IPO? If you do a plain, simple reading, why you need an IPO? You need for capital expansion, you need for working capital, you need to buy machinery, you need to buy plant and machinery, and you need to execute new orders for which you have already exhausted your bank limits. There is no further way out. Plus, side by side, there are a lot of what you call the benefits when you go to the public in terms of your reputation, in terms of marketing, in terms of visibility as a listed company, because today you are local. Once you are listed, you become national. Everybody will come to know that there is a company, ABC Limited, which is manufacturing a 1, 2, 3 things, and they are in public domain. They are listed on an exchange. And what other thing is available to you? The investor base today, where they don't know that you exist. Suppose you are doing a turnover of 50 crores. You have a profit of 5-10 crores. You use that money for the purpose of growing. What if there are investors in the market who, if you dilute your 25%, 26% of your equity, are willing to give you 20, 30, 40 crores additional capital? Imagine the amount of growth which will happen to your business. This can happen only in the capital market through SME IPO. Sometimes people think that, okay, if I am doing IPO, I am losing control over the company. No, you don't. The SME IPOs, the investors are not allowed to sit on your board. They are just investors. They don't dictate the terms of your business. They are just investors. I am repeating, they are just investors, nothing else. They are not part of your board. They are not part of your decision-making process. They will not come to your office and sit and ask what are you doing on a day-to-day basis. This is the difference between a private investor coming and a public investor coming. They will ask. In the AGM, the way today the shareholders are asking, they will ask the same question. But yes, it's a huge difference. The amount of publicity you will get in an IPO, you can never imagine, even if you try to do advertisement on your own also. Now, these are some of the examples of companies which we have listed in past. We raised 40 crores for a company which is into refurbishing laptops. 3-4 years old company, nothing very large or very old company. There are few mantras, as we call it, we practice, we advise. One, as a professional, as a entrepreneur, I call all of them professionals because you are employing professionals and you are better than them. One, your own practices should be an example in every aspect. Two, do practices like employee stock options. You are employing 100 people in your company. Some of them might be working with you for 20, 30 years. What is the reward you are giving them apart from salary and bonus? What is the insurance that tomorrow that person is going to leave you and join your competitor? Give them that share. That will give them the ownership. Three, if you are looking to raise any amount of money, decide how you intend to spend it upfront, because this is not that money will come and then I will decide. IPOs, we have to upfront decide how much money we are going to raise and how we intend to spend it. Four, focus on your core competencies. That is, if you are into manufacturing, if you are into services, you are able to generate margin because you are good at it. Or I would say you are best at it. That's why you have come to that level. Continue to focus on that. Do not bother about where your share price is going to go. Typically, I interact with people and entrepreneurs, they say, Swami, post-listing, what will happen to my share? How does it matter to you? You are getting the money to be utilized in your business, right? And you should use that money in a prudent manner so that your business grows. Where your share price goes, how does it matter to you? No, there is a prestige issue. If my share price goes down, whoever has come as an investor, I will lose my face. So that's nothing to do with it. Can you control it? No, you cannot. It is an interplay of the demand and supply between the people who trade in the market. Are you a share trader? No, you are not. Or you are so keen on doing this trade, sell your business and become a stockbroker. You will make more money on that. And primarily, try to keep all your partners together in an IPO. Partners in the sense, whoever has worked with you in your growth path, try to take them along. There is a way to give them some of your shares, allocate some of your shares. And it's not about keeping them happy, but giving them the reward that, yes, you have supported me in some point of time in my growth. Hence, I am kind of appreciating your role in my growth. Technically, the timeline, it will take between 6 to 8 months from start to finish. When you start a process and when you actually get the money in your account, 6 to 8 months is you get. Now you say, I need the money right today or maybe in 2 months' time. We have a concept of pre-IPO. Now what is a pre-IPO? I'll give an example. Suppose we are raising a 100 rupee from the IPO. 15 to 20% of that 100 rupee we can bring from the pre-IPO. However, I told you we have to dilute 26.25%. This amount will be able to raise over and above that. So I have to dilute more. I have to give out more shares. However, you will get the money in 2 months' time. You don't have to wait for 8 months. Suppose you are executing some order today or you have to bid for some order today, and you need EMD money right away. You can use that money. Don't have to wait till that day. These are some, like if you are suppose very large, like you are 100 crores or 120 crores or 150 crores size, and I am looking at raising maybe 60, 70, 100, maybe 100 crores also. You say, I have been working with the company for 30 years. Money which is getting raised is going to the company. What am I getting as a promoter? We have a concept called offer for share. Now, what is offer for sale? It is the promoter's share which will be sold in the market, and the money will come to the promoter, not to the company. So your share will be diluted. You will get the money, not the company. So that's a reward which the promoter gets. We call it offer for sale. That can be also 15-20% of the IPO size. So this is a nutshell which goes. Now, what is the cost of doing all this? Typically, when you talk about 40-50 crores of IPO, you say it's a beginning of 10%. Your cost of borrowing of 1 year. Plus, of course, GST is there. No escape from GST. So 10% plus GST is a base cost. That is end to end. That's the example I'm giving you. You factor that 1 year's borrowing cost and you get the equity. And majority of the payments are done after you get the money. Not that you have to pay upfront to get that money. Once the money comes to your account, you pay from that. Thank you so much for your patience listening, and appreciate your invitation and look forward to do more such programs. I hope some of you come up with some interest. I would suggest do not decide that you are going to do an IPO. Explore that. Then you will realize, are you ready for it? And how much of money can be raised from your company. That also is a good knowledge to have. That gives you strength. That, okay, tomorrow if I want to do an IPO in 8-9 months, I will be getting this kind of money. That's a huge backup. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Mr. Swapnil Manish, Head Business Development, InstaPay Synergies. And he is going to talk about how platforms like InstaPay can solve pressing needs of SMEs and their employees.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, SME Chamber of Commerce, for this opportunity to present. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Swapnil Manish. I head business development at InstaPay, which is a fintech platform. So what we do at InstaPay, we'll just talk a little bit about it and how it can be beneficial for SMEs and their employees. So we are a fintech platform that partners with companies to deliver financial wellness solutions for their employees without any burden on the employer. So it's important to understand few things here. We always partner with the employer, with the company. We deliver financial wellness solutions for your employees, and there's no burden at all on the employer, right? So that's what InstaPay is. Now, typically, if we look at what SMEs face, in terms of challenges, and these are some unique set of challenges which may not befall, larger organizations. Now, obviously, you talk about attendance and time tracking and proof of presence. Those are key challenges when you're tracking your employees and their productivity. You obviously are worried about, whether your employees are productive or not. If there's loss of productivity, there's a direct loss to you. You're typically operating under very tight margins. So any loss of productivity has a direct impact on the bottom line. There could be high attrition. So rehiring, retraining is a big cost for you as an employer. So these are unique challenges faced by employees. Now, employers, sorry. Now let's just talk a little bit about, what can employee financial stress lead to. Now, there are two things, right? So unhappy employees, because they, an employee, say a blue collar or a gray collar employee can, by the 20th of the month, they may be out of cash. They may not have enough money to, take care of their own working capital requirements for the last 10, 12 days of a month. So, there may be an emergency. They may need to take their family member or themselves to hospital. They may need to undertake some urgent travel. And what this means is, they are under constant financial stress, which has a direct impact on, it leads to distraction at work. And what it does is it leads to frustrated employers, frustrated SMEs. Now, it means lower productivity. We already talked about it. It will mean high attrition. It will mean, below par efficiency for you as a company. And, of course, if there is attrition, then you'll have to recruit again, you'll have to hire, there's a cost attached to it. So unhappy employees lead to frustrated employers. Now, why should you care? As an employer, how deep is the problem? And why should there be a solution for this, right? So if you look at, these are some stats from surveys carried out by very, very large reputed research organizations. 49% of employees find it difficult to meet their household expenses on time every month. If you talk about credit cards, 44% of employees who have a credit card and who have maxed out their credit cards, they struggle to even make the minimum payment, that is due on a credit card. 60% of employees are stressed about their financial situation. These are very significant numbers. Now, why should the employer care? Because what is your employee demanding? Your employees, 84% of employees want an early access to their salary. Now, typically in India, employers pay once a month. 84% employees want faster or early access to their, that will give them a semblance of financial wellness. And in fact, companies do identify financial well-being, employees' well-being as a top priority. So we at InstaPay recognize that. We are a fintech platform, as I talked about, and there are a multitude of solutions we provide. We provide world-class financial products at the fingertips of each employee via an app. And this, so you look at different products that we have, and I'll talk about some of the key products here. Now we take care of micro credit requirements for employees, ranging from 3 days to even up to 12 months. So what do I mean? So if the requirement could be, as I talked about, say the employee gets their salary on the 30th of the month. By 18th of next month, they've run out of cash. Now they've earned 18 days of salary. But the employer will not pay them on the 18th, right? So we've come up with a product which is called Earned Wage Access, which is essentially a facility through which employees can access their earned wages, in this case 18 days of salary, before payday or at any point in time before payday. So let's think of an employee whose salary is 30,000 rupees. By 18th of next month, they've run out of cash. Now, but they've earned 18,000 rupees by the 18th of the month, right? So how do they access this 18,000? What we do is we tie up with the employer and we say, okay, we'll tie up with your HRMS. We know that this employee has attended office on 18 days, is liable to get 18,000 from you. So you can give this employee an option to access this 18,000 through my app. So I give them, we as a platform, we give them an advance against that earned salary. Now that advance amount could be up to 100%, it could be up to 50%, the employer can decide. Now typically that takes care of around 30% of, up to 30% of their monthly salary, because otherwise they'll not be able to take care of their expenses. Now this you see, this is the Earned Wage Access product we are talking about. This is available at a cost of 60 paise per day on advance of 1,000 rupees, which is 0.06% per day. So if I have to take an example, for 10 days, and typically the credit period is, 15 days, 20 days, never more than that. Now, if somebody takes an advance of 5,000 rupees for 10 days, the amount that the employee pays, the employer does not pay again. The employee ends up paying only 30 rupees, right? So it is as low as that, right? Of course, if the requirements are larger, we've got salary-linked personal loans, which can go up to 2.5 times of your monthly salary. And, there are a range of costs there. There's a separate cost for 2-month salary-linked personal loan, 3-month, and then there is 6, 9, 12. Now, you look at the time period, this is not covered typically by, any personal loan, right? Personal loans are typically over 12 months. Also bear in mind that personal loans typically are not available to blue-collar and gray-collar employees. Those who don't have a CIBIL score don't get access to personal loans. So this is where we come in, tie up with the employer and give the employee access to their own earned wages, or a portion of their earned wages through earned wage access, or give them a salary-linked personal loan and recover in 6 EMIs, 2 EMIs, 3 EMIs, depending on the product. Now, how does this earned wage access work? Very simple. We have tied up with a bank, Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. We've also tied up with a few NBFCs. The employee register, so we integrate our app with the HRMS of the employer. The employee goes to our app, registers himself or herself, and then when they want the advance, they put a request on my app. Within 60 seconds, the amount is transferred from the bank or the NBFC to their salary account. End of the month, when the salary is being processed by the employer deducts that advance amount and pays the employee the amount that's remaining. This deducted amount is paid to the bank, who was the original lender. So that's how this works. It's a very, very simple product. It's completely, one thing I forgot to mention, that this entire process is 100% digital. It is covered by RBI's digital lending guidelines, 100% digital, no submission of paper, PAN card, Aadhaar card, nothing of that sort. So the KYC is very quick. The disbursal is, as I said, within 60 seconds. This is how the settlement process works. When the employer is, before they deduct the amount, we give you the reconciliation of, which employee has taken how much advance. And you can, through a very simple automated system, you can reconcile which employee, what's their net salary after this advance, and you can process that, and the advance goes to our bank. We talked about the lending partners, Suryodaya Bank, Suryodaya Small Finance Bank is our lending partner. We also have tie-up with a couple of NBFCs. We've mentioned Indon Mercantile here. We talked about micro lending so far. We also have a product called Micro Savings, where employees can actually save as low as 100 rupees every month. And you can save for 6 months to 10 years, some extremely attractive interest rate, 8.25%. It's a recurring deposit scheme that is offered through our partner again, which is Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. Now, very unique to, we talked about, attendance being a key challenge for SMEs, tracking their employee and the presence of their employees being a key challenge. So what we've additionally offered, and this is through a group company, and we enable this access, is through a very basic HRMS system, which can be made available to the SMEs. Now, this is not the fancy HRMS system, which is typically expensive with all the bells and whistles. This is a very, very basic HRMS system, which is absolutely what the SMEs need. It covers basic attendance, covers basic leave management, and payroll processing if you need it, right? So this is offered through VRHR, which is offered by a group company of ours, and we enable that. So the way it works is we'll offer that HRMS to you, integrate that, and the fintech product that we talked about, micro savings, micro lending, that'll all come as a bundle. So, the attendance management system. Sorry. Employees can mark their attendance by clicking in, out. Very simple system. Very easy to integrate. Very simple for your employees to use. right? And we've got a special offer for the SMEs, so I'll talk about that. Leave management, again, a very, very simple leave management, because these are things you need, absolutely need. Any company of any size needs this. You don't need any other bells and whistles, as I said. This is an important aspect, because a lot of companies are worried about, what happens to the data. So the data is fully secure. We have taken care of the privacy laws, because we are, as I mentioned, we have partnered with Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, which is a fully regulated RBI entity. So RBI actually audits them for all the digital lending solutions that they offer, and hence our systems are fully indirectly audited by them. So under that, we have to ensure there's end-to-end encryption of personal data, there's encryption of data in transit, we are adhering to all the privacy guidelines, etc. So this is what I was talking about. So for any SME that wants to test out a product, you can sign up for our InstaPay FinTech solutions. We talked about, I talked about micro lending, I talked about micro savings. I did not talk about, by the way, about low-cost blood diagnostics, which is, life-saving blood tests available at 25% of market price. So life-saving blood tests could be liver function tests, it could be a random blood glucose, all that, at 25% of the market price, so 75% discount. All that is offered through one platform, right? In future, we're also going to offer medical insurance. We're also going to offer, in fact, very soon we are going to offer home loan for low-cost housing. All that for, specially created for employees in the blue collar, gray collar category, even white collar for that matter. All that offered through one app, one-time integration with your HRMS. If you don't have an HRMS, we are willing to offer our own HRMS, which is VRHR, and that can be free for 6 months as a special offer for the people here, for this platform, and that gives you access to attendance management, leave management, and payroll management. It's optional. If you don't want payroll management, that's fine. This you can try for 6 months for free. There's no cost. And the InstaPay FinTech solution comes as a bundle. You're anyway not paying for that. That is paid for by your employees. So yeah, this is what I had to talk about today. Happy to take any questions. Sorry? What is the cost after 6 months? So cost after 6 months, today the price is around 30 rupees per employee per month. Yeah. So the HRMS products, the basic HRMS, FinTech anyway, there's no cost to you, right? 30 rupees per employee per month. Which if you look at the market is typically 70, 75 rupees, 80 rupees. Sorry? So we have a lending partner. I talked about Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. That is our lending partner, but we are tying up with more banks. We are in talks with, so for example, we've already onboarded some corporate clients. We are also talking to state governments. So, I'll just give you an example. A couple of state governments have also implemented this for their employees and pensioners. So this is a system which is now getting a lot of recognition and acceptance. So we are in talks with a few state governments. So as more employees get onboarded onto our platform, today we have 50,000. As we reach around 2 lakh, 3 lakh, we will get more banks onboarded as well. Correct. So earned wage access, I'll just take you back here. Earned wage access, there's very little chance of a default because it's based on earned wages, right? So typically their employers can also say that even on earned wages I put a 50% limit just to put additional safeguards. So earned wage access, there's no very little risk. Salary linked personal loan, there is a risk, yes, because say it's a 6-month loan, the employee absconds after 2 months. The risk is never on the employer. The risk is ours. We obviously try to recover the money using the employer, first through their salary, then through their full and final settlement if the employee has quit. If they have absconded, there's no full and final settlement there, then well, we are the ones who chase the employee who's quit or who's absconded. The employer is not at risk. Insta-pay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Ranjit Swaminathan, DGM, Union Bank of India, and he is going to talk about the contribution of banking sector toward the SME growth. Over to you, sir, and give him a big round of applause.
Thank you. I will be as brief as possible. I think already we are overshoot by half an hour. I will not take much of the time. I will try to conclude it within time. First of all, thanks to the SME Chamber of India, SME Export Promotion Council, Tamil Nadu Business Forum for conducting such a meeting and inviting us to have a brief session. Myself, Ranjit Swaminathan, I am Regional Head of Union Bank of India, Chennai region. Union Bank of India doesn't request much of an introduction. It's a 104 years old bank with more than 21.5 lakh crore business with more than 8,400 network. Tamil Nadu is a separate zone with more than 550 branches and more than a lakh crore business. The topic given to me is the contributions of the banks towards the MSME sector. I'm sure that none of you present here will not be having, definitely will have a bank account. There ends the matter, but I would like to touch upon few of the things, and wherever it requires more emphasis, I will touch upon that. When it comes to MSME, there are a lot of incentives available, but to qualify as an MSME, we need one important thing, which is the Udyam registration number. Now it is very mandatory. I'm sure that most of you will be having it. It's very easy to get it also. If you have a PAN, Aadhaar, GST number, if you go to the site, within 5 minutes you can generate that Udyam Aadhaar registration number. Now when it comes to MSME, the importance of MSME, it's everybody is quite aware about the MSME, which is contributing more than 30% of your GDP, more than 50% of your export. But some of the concerns which normally talk about MSME sector is the accessibility to lending. I'm very happy that there are so many avenues now coming forward to help support the MSME sector. Apart from banks, there are IPOs. SMEs are raising so much of SMEs are raising IPOs. But still, when it comes to bank lending, still only 14% of the MSME sectors are really getting the actual funding from the bank sector, particularly because there is a requirement of a collateral. Then normally there is a time delay, and definitely the interest rate will also be normally higher. So government has come out with various incentive schemes for both the banks as well as the MSME sectors also. Particularly if you see the CGT MSME, earlier it was up to 2 crores, now up to 5 crores without collateral as well as without any third-party guarantee, the banks are funding. Interest, particularly for export sector, if you see, there are interest equalization schemes up to almost 3%. Then there is a road tap. So a lot of such incentives are there. In order to, of course, to get these incentives, definitely a bank should be, a facilitator should definitely be there. So that's how the contribution with respect to the banking sector is concerned. When it comes to Union Bank of India, I would like to touch upon few of the schemes which will be of great interest to you. So normally, when it comes to MSME, we are actually including varied sectors. Even under manufacturing, there are so many various sectors are there. It could be textile, automobile, engineering, lot of sectors are there. The requirement will be very much different. A textile industry's working capital cycle, you cannot definitely compare with an automobile ancillary. So we have certain products like cluster schemes. Particularly if you see in Chennai, we have a cluster scheme specifically for auto ancillaries, engineering sectors, wherein based on their requirement, it's a tailor-made product with the requirement where the requirement of collateral is very, very less. Even if it is covered under CGTMSE, it can be given with a very attractive rate of interest without any processing fee and as well as attractive BG commissions. And second, right now we are running an Empower MSME schemes, which is for a short period, where the interest rate is as low as 9%. Here I would like to bring one most important scheme, because normally our MSME clients, though we will be the major banker, but when it comes to purchasing a vehicle, a generator, when you have a requirement of an immediate term loan, normally if you are approaching a bank, they will ask for the projections, DSCR calculations. So normally you tend to move to NBFCs, because there even a day or two you can get it. So here we have a scheme, we call it equipment finance. Up to 10 crores, we are giving this finance. It is like a kind of an umbrella limit. Based on your EBITDA for the last 3 years, average 3 times of it, or 10 crores, whichever is less, will be fixed as your umbrella limit. Whenever you require, once it is sanctioned, whenever you require, you have to just go to the branch with a quotation, simple quotation, and avail it. It's a beautiful scheme, and there is no collateral security linked to this scheme also, so it is collateral free. We are not even insist for CGTMSE coverage. So the advantage is that you need not go or approach any NBFCs. I also seen one of the session is on the rooftop solar. We have a specific scheme designed for the solar scheme. It is not only for rooftop, even if an off-site solar also, if it is utilized for your own consumption. So in such cases, up to 16 crores, up to 4 megawatt, we are giving the funding, and up to 8 crores without any security. Again, it is not linked to any other. If you are banking with some other banks also, we can give that loan. So here the advantage is that up to 16 crores, up to 8 crores, we don't insist for security. If you are already banking with our bank also, we don't calculate this limit for your collateral coverage.
Thank you for a quick your presentation and your speech. Now I would like to invite Mr. J. Raja, who is going to talk about the government e-marketplace GEM portal. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to all of you. நான் ரொம்ப டைம் எடுத்துக்க போகிறதில்ல. ஆல்ரெடி நான் சொல்ல விருப்பப்பட்டது எல்லாமே சார் பாதி கவர் பண்ணிட்டாரு. Because we work in line with the NSIC. As many of you might be aware, உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். Government e-marketplace. It's a unified procurement portal for all central and state government organizations in our country. So இந்தியாவில் எத்தனை government tenders போகுதோ அதில் multiple sites இருக்கு. GEM is one of the sites where all procurement is happening through this portal only. And we invite and request all the manufacturers and entrepreneurs here to get themselves registered in the portal, and registration is free of cost, and you can start your business and start providing your goods and services to the government, to any government. The main reason that we are emphasizing on the manufacturers and entrepreneurs to come on board to get registered is there is absolutely no need for you to go and meet a government officer in Gujarat or in Kerala if you are doing a business here and you want to expand your business. It's an online free digital platform given to you for the benefit of you and start your livelihood. You can even tell people who are in your line of business who really coming up under a startup. They're just starting their business and they wanted an opportunity, small opportunity to start working with the government and have their business. And for registering in the portal, it is absolutely free of charge. The portal address is gem.gov.in. gem.gov.in. It's absolutely free of cost. And this forum being organized by SME Chambers, I forgot, I apologize. I would like to thank the SME Chambers officials. For MSMEs, whatever the benefits or exemptions which is being implemented by Government of India is also implemented in GEM. So the first thing is there's absolutely no tender fee. The registration fee, it's free of cost. There is no tender fee provided you update your profile in GEM by providing your Udyoga Aadhaar or the latest Udyami number. And also you will be given certain exemption provided you prove yourself that you are an MSME, and also as Srivatsan sir has already told, 25% of the purchase preference must be given to MSMEs. That is Government of India ruling, and that is also implemented in GEM in line with the government policies. And last but not the least, since this is an SME Chamber Forum, GEM is also providing you an opportunity through GEM itself to get a short-term loan with very attractive interest rates. It's called GEM Sahai. So if any manufacturer has registered in GEM and you have executed at least one successful order, through the GEM portal itself, you can apply for a loan, and your loan application will directly go to the NBFCs or the lending partners, and they will directly contact you. You don't even have to go to the bank. Bank will directly contact you to provide the working capital loans which you would require at time to time. And last but not the least, before concluding my speech in the essence of time, we started in 2016, and over a period of span of 7 years, GEM has completed a transaction of 4 lakh crores. அப்படின்னா நம்ம பார்த்துக்கலாம் 4க்கு அப்புறம் 12 0, right? We only heard about this in movies or imagined, but over a short span of 7 years of time, we have completed a transaction of 4 lakh crores. Everything is governmental purchase only. Private person cannot procure from this. And I'm not saying this to surprise you. Out of this 4 lakh crores, 40% of the business is given to MSEs. So you can understand the magnitude of business or opportunities which has been given to MSMEs through GEM. So as a closing remark, I would like to invite all the manufacturers and the entrepreneurs, yes sir, to come on board and get yourselves registered in the portal and improve your business, and you can even expand your business at a national level. Yes sir, now I will take question. Yes sir. Sir? Yes, sir. Every government entity in our country must yes, sir. Yes, through GEM only. So, every state has signed MOU with us, and almost only 3 states are pending to issue a government order making GEM procurements mandatory in the states. All other states and union territories have already signed MOU and they have made it mandatory. So that is why we could achieve and arrive at this magnitude or this volume of the transactions which is happening in the portal. So more information is available in gem.gov.in, and my number is 9150-550-736. I am the state coordinator and trainer for Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Andaman. Yes sir, 9150-550-736. My name is Raja, and I am the state coordinator and facilitator for Tamil Nadu and Puducherry and Andaman and Nicobar. So you can contact me anytime if you have any queries on this. Thank you so much. Yes. Startups, yes, of course, yes. Yes, you can always get registered. Sir, the website is gem.gov.in. Your website is www.gem.gov.in. You can register yourself. Everything is self-made only, based on self-declaration only. You can register your company and you can provide us, you can validate your profile that you are a startup, and everything will be waived off for you. And it's a free registration only. We have certain exemptions given by the portal itself and also by the buyer, whoever is going to procure the goods or services from you. They are all government entities only. There is no private purchase here. Okay. Any other questions, sir? Yes, sir. There are 2 things here. One is a self-declared declaration from your side, and if you can get a startup certificate which is issued by DIPP, Department of Industry Policy and Promotion, that will be well and good, because that enhances your credibility with the government buyer, so that they can believe you, your company, and also on the products. Yes. Any questions, sir? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now we are here to conclude the session. Before conclude the session, it's time to say thanks to our supporters and sponsors. I would like to invite Ms. Sakshi Kulkarni, Director, SME Chamber of India, to present a bouquet to Mr. Ranjit Swaminathan, Deputy General Manager, Union Bank of India. So please give him a big round of applause. I will invite Mr. Sai Prasad, AGM, Indian Bank. Please come forward to take the token of our appreciation. Requesting Sakshi Kulkarni to give the bouquet to sir. Give a big round of applause to sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Harpreet Singh ji, AGM Bank of India. I would like to invite Mr. Soumyakant Padi, MD and CEO, Endurance Financial Services Limited. Please come forward.